Welcome to Convertabot Reviews. I'm your host, Convertabot, and the star of the show today is the Takara masterpiece MP53 Plus, Senator Crosscut. Senator Crosscut is an ambassador for the Autobots, especially when it comes to dealing with peace talks between alien species. His only real prominent role in media has been the original Transformers Generation 1 cartoon from the 80s, and even then, he only got about 1 or 2 showcase episodes. Hey, he's an easy recolor, redeco of the Autobot kids. And yeah, figure of Crosscut itself is an official Transformers product made by Takara Tomy and Hasbro. As you can see on screen now, it actually has 2 boxes. The black Hasbro box used for a sleeve, and the authentic Takara Tomy box underneath, which is sold directly in Japan. In the box, the figure comes packaged in vehicle mode and has a couple accessories, an instruction booklet, and a trading card. Because this is an official Transformers Masterpiece product, this vehicle mode is that of a Honda City R, and it is fully licensed by Honda itself. As mentioned earlier with the accessories, you get an instruction booklet, a card, trading card, a scooter drone, and then 3 individual blasters, all for Crosscut. Painting and sculpting on Crosscut's vehicle mode is pretty darn cool. It is clearly a Honda product and actually has a Honda logo, and the silver paint really makes the car pop despite its small size. On top of that, because this is a Transformers Masterpiece figure, well, Masterpiece figures are known for having a high degree of articulation, posability, accessories, the works, and the vehicle mode is no different. The doors open up on here, so does the hood, and the trunk opens up, which can be used to store all 3 of the weapons, or 2 of the weapons, and the scooter drone. 2 of the blasters simply clip onto each other and then tab into the back of the trunk, while the 3rd blaster or the scooter drone, you can only have 1 in the trunk, just simply slides right in. Close everything up, and you got a nice figure with some pretty good weapon storage and is able to roll around pretty effectively. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the scooter drone, or Clutch as he's called. For the Transformer Wiki, Clutch is just a name for the drone itself. It's a scooter drone that Crosscut carries around that in case he becomes incapacitated, he basically just stores his memories and all this stuff. Because he is a politician, ambassador, he basically uses it as a backup to save himself from the Decepticons, or any information he might have. As mentioned previously, the scooter can go into the back of Crosscut's alternate mode. It just folds up really easily, and yeah, nothing else to it. Now, as for size comparisons, Crosscut is not that big. Here he is next to Studio Series 100 Bumblebee, Studio Series 86 movie Starscream, and the previous review, the Magic Square Light of Peace Optimus Prime. And as for a bonus size comparison, here he is next to a LEGO minifigure. As you can see, he is quite small, and the car itself is practically minifigure scale. The figure is so small, you can even put it in the palm of your hand. Oh, and here's that trading card I mentioned. Stats on the back. He's not that strong. Might as well put it away. Before we go any further, I definitely do want to talk about the instruction fold-out you get. Holy cow. This thing is massive. It gets to the point where the figure itself is dwarfed by just how big the instructions are. Like, I even got my mascot on him. It's that big. I mean, that's what she said, but still. Okay, enough of that. On to the transformation. Cue the music. And here we have the robot mode. After a very easy and surprising transformation, considering the size of the figure and the, well, overall scale. I mean, Masterpiece scale is known to be highly complex in some cases. This is surprisingly easy to transform. And this is even more shocking when you take in other Takara Masterpiece products, which are known to be, oh, how do I put the term absolute spaghetti in a nice way? Moving onward, we have opposability. We got a ball joint at the head with a neck on a hinge joint. The arms can move up all the way, down all the way, and do a full 360. We have a bicep swivel, and then we have a bend at the arm, which is more than a 90-degree bend. And then we also have a bend at the wrist, too, but this is more for the transformation. We have a wrist swivel and a hinge joint at the index finger, and then a hinge joint at the other three fingers. Quick note about my copy is that the right arm is insanely loose, and it does not look like I can get in there to fix it either. Completely covered. Figure does have an arcing back, except it's more for the transformation. A full 360-degree waist swivel. Leg can move up that far and back, not at all. What? A real bummer, but at least there is a bend at the knee. Coming down to the feet, you have an ankle pivot that's actually not that bad. And then the foot itself can move up and down with the toe coming apart from the transformation being incorporated as well. Overall, the posability isn't bad. It's actually quite good. Compared to the last two figures we've looked at, it's definitely better than the Wingman figure, but nowhere near on the level of Light of Peace. Let's bring back those blasters that we showed off in the vehicle mode. These actually have a practical use here, as, of course, blasters or weapons. Main blaster simply folds out from before, including a handle for Crosscut to hold, except the blaster itself doesn't peg into the hand. Rather, it pegs into the arm. There is a peg on each of the blasters at the back of the blaster that can peg directly into a slot on the arm. While that works for the main blaster, the other two blasters do peg into the arm, however, it's on the side of the arm, and you can do both arms for this. However, it's generally seen as him holding the main one and then a side one. Allows him to dual wield, which, again, referring back to the wiki, apparently he's a pacifist, so these are non-lethal, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it, he's packing a lot of heat for a pacifist. The accessories combined with the posability make for plenty of great posing options. Like I said, the figure itself is pretty darn good. Alright, it poses well, it's got good accessories. The only gripe I have with this guy is that it's priced too high. Normally this guy is about $90 US. I personally bought him at Universal Studios, and let me tell you, theme park tax is real. Not worth it. It was 120 bucks at the park, but I swear this guy is probably worth about half that. He is basically on par with your standard leader class figure with a bunch of accessories and better paint. So $60, $70, nothing like 90. And with that said, let's do one more round of size comparisons. Here's Bumblebee, Starscream, and our previous review, The Light of Peace, which I actually have to zoom out because he is just much bigger. Overall, the figure is not that bad. Alright, posability is decent for what it is, nice amount of accessories, painting's great. I got a lot to say that's good about this figure. Only downside is the price. Definitely recommended getting around $60, $70, 90s pushing it, and definitely don't beat me and buy it for 120. Either way, I'm Convertabot. Thank you for watching. Oh, and as for my next review, we're going to be taking a break from Transformers. Have a good day.